From the beginning of Canada, we've had corporate welfare bums. Some of them built the railroads. And even in the early 70s, David Lewis, the head of the NDP, was complaining about the corporate welfare bums. And now, after COVID, we've had even more of them. Bell Canada reportedly got $120 million to help its employees. It gave that money to its shareholders. They weren't complaining. So what about this culture in Canada? Franco Terrazzano is the head of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. He joins me right now because you're always out there looking at the taxpayers' dollars. Bell Canada, for instance, and there's others as well, is a well-financed company, does well. Why should it get $120 million for free?
Well, this was through the wage subsidy, the pandemic wage subsidy that was supposed to help businesses keep their staff employed. But, you know, it's not just Bell Canada. We heard other businesses, too, taking this wage subsidy. What were they doing with it? Giving out dividends to their shareholders, bonuses to their executives. That's not right.
To the big shots making millions and millions and millions of dollars, you get a bonus because we got this extra money from the taxpayer.
And you know what?
What are you taxpayers doing about it?
Well, we're upset. And you know what? If you want to fatten up your C-suite to your heart's content, do it with your own money. That's fine. Yeah. But if you're taking taxpayers' money, you better not be using that to be handing out bonuses.
Is this government extraordinary in not paying attention to spending money? Or is it just run-of-the-mill now in Canada?
Oh, no. We've seen unprecedented levels of spending even before the pandemic under the Trudeau government. Let me say that one more time. In 2018, the federal government spending reached all-time highs even after adjusted for population and inflation.
So if it's going to healthcare, and if it's going to subways and buses and stuff like that, people say, well, that's infrastructure. If it's going to companies who are just giving it to the big shots, people should be upset.
Well, they should be upset. I mean, it's also going to sex toy shows in Germany, for example. Yes, $8,800 to the Mission Cultural Fund, taxpayers' money, not well spent.
I understand that. So what is the Federation doing about it? You're publicizing it.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that we're doing. And look, we're on these guys because they want to grow the economy, but that's the wrong way to grow the economy. These politicians, they couldn't even balance the budget of a lemonade stand. Now they want to run around pretending to be investment bankers with our tax dollars. We're saying, no, 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 no. Stop with all that corporate welfare. Just let us keep a little bit more money in our own pockets.
Does the opposition support you?
Well, we're going to keep pushing them in that regard too. But here's the problem. Under Conservative leader Aaron O'Toole, he wanted to spend $50 billion more than the last Liberal government budget.
Some people in the Conservative Party are saying he was more liberal than the Liberals. Is that one of his problems?
Well, he flip-flopped on the carbon tax.
Yeah.
He flip-flopped on the gun policies that were expensive and ineffective. And he also wanted to outspend the last Liberal government budget by $50 billion.
But Franco Terrazzano is not for flip-flopping. Thanks for coming in today. 3 minutes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing. Independent thought, that's what we need. So, some people say, though, 3 minutes is just perfect. I can sit on the toilet in the morning. I like it. However, others say, I'm busy to sit and watch. For that, we now have the podcast. So wherever you subscribe to podcasts, you can go through and just go to a podcast, Canadian Politics. There it is. The LeDrew, 3 minutes. You don't have to watch me. You can just hear me and hear the guests.